Yo, Inca, you want to come out here? I'm redoing this team builder pretty much before the game because I wanted to make sure that I sounded, I guess, a little bit more professional. I don't know. You guys seem to like these kind of videos. This is week 2. We fight Freedo, and their Welshvians. It's something like that. I'm sure in post-production I'll either have a logo on screen or something else, because in regular production I have their team on the right-hand side, and what I'm bringing on the left-hand side. Their team consists of Enamorus, Incarnate, Cinderace, Latios, Excadrill, Tyranitar, Serena, Manaphy, Rotom-Mow, and Quillfish. And from the intro card, you know that we are both 0-1 looking for our first victory of the season. And honestly, I think this is a really good game to try and get it. It's rain versus sand, and this should be a really good one. I'm expecting Enamorus, Latios, Excadrill, Serena, Rotom, and Manaphy, and then it really comes back to if Quillfish and Tyranitar will appear. I don't think Tyranitar will appear. Sand isn't as important to my opponent, but it definitely can be here, and I think that having enough defensive mons for Barraskewda as well as just like offensive Pelipper and other mons is pretty important to my opponent. So with that being said, we decided to take 2 mons off the bench. It's Iron Crown and Salamence there, so let's talk. First and foremost, this game is going to be a real fun one, just based on the fact that I brought a team that I genuinely built with the idea that we need to find an endgame where Salamence can either win, or we can just use rain to our best advantage. I feel like with week 1, we just made a simple mistake with not just sucker punching all the way through. And, you know, we did everything we had to do correctly, and it worked out, thankfully. Yes, there were some crits that I don't think were very essential. One of them was, I believe, but we play to our strengths, and we just have to play strategically. So, with this matchup, first and foremost, we have the Iron Crown over there with the Shucca Berry. Tachyon Cutter, Volt Switch, Focus Blast, and Psychic Noise with 144 HP, 188 special attack, and 176 speed. This speed is 302, to my understanding. Let me just make sure I click it. There it is. Okay, so we're all good here. 303, above 302 technically, but you get it. Basically, we get some chip on Excadrill. Focus Blast will generally KO an Excadrill unless it is HP invested or anything like that. I think it might come Adamant, just because Mold Breaker would be very important to break off our Electros in half, but otherwise I'm pretty much expecting Spin, Swords Dance, and then the works. This essentially helps us against Earthquake, and especially Earth Power Enamorus. We eat a Specs Earth Power pretty handily, I'd say. If it's not Specs, then it's doing like 30 or something of damage, and we can kill it with Tachyon Cutter. We do a lot of damage to everything. We need to stay away from Cinderace, but since we're a rain team, I don't super expect it to be here. We just have to do what we can, and this mon does a lot of great damage. I love Psychic Noise for the Healing Wish properties. It actually wouldn't work with Healing Wish, but with the Hydration Rest Manaphy, it would work perfectly to not allow it to have rest, because I'm essentially expecting the Acid Armor sort of Calm Mind, or what is it? I think it's Take Heart into the hydration strategy just to pull off some shit. And the only reason I say it is because our team doesn't especially want to fight Manaphy, which, sure, we could have brought Electros, and we obviously have decent physical attackers, but with Acid Armor plus Take Heart, it becomes a very hard mon to beat. So we have to play to that strength as well, just to stop it from doing what it's doing, and really go about it like that. Otherwise, really solid mon here overall with Iron Crown. Moving on, we have Mandy, which is our Salamence, Muscle Band Moxie, with the 212 in attack, 136 defense, and 60 in speed with Adamant Nature. Mandy does a lot of good work in general, like a lot of my mons, but this is our winner. 160 speed for Adamant Drill. In case we can't get off the DD, the Earthquake will do enough to kill it, generally speaking, unless it doesn't have any chip, or if it's like max HP or like Shucca Berry. If we can get a +1/+1, then we can start really mowing down this team. No pun intended, since defensive Rotom-Mow is the only real thing, and defensive Manaphy are the 2 things that can really stop this mon via burns or just in general eating attacks. We want to get to +2/+2 and then start trying to sweep, but obviously we have to get chip, and this mon will easily want to do that this game. And just the ability to have Iron Head, Earthquake, and Dragon Claw is just enough to beat this team. Obviously, like a defensive-ish Serena will probably be bad against us. And obviously gonna have like Triple Axel and Play Rough and stuff like that. But generally, if we're boosted, I will calc for the worst case scenario, and then I will make my play. So I don't really have to worry as much. I just have to pay attention, which is very key. So yeah, Muscle Band just helps us get a little bit more damage off with that Dragon Claw. And we're going to run Dual Wing Beat, but I felt as though that was a poor decision. While it does hit the Serena for super effective, it is not better than having Iron Head for Enamorus, which I feel like is more threatening to me, because Serena, Manaphy, Rotomo, and Quillfish feel like the defensive part of this team against Rain. So while I will have to worry about it maybe physically, defensively, I have options for beating it otherwise. So not as concerning. Otherwise, Salamence is our game winner, or at least an attempt at a game winner, if, you know, we have to do that, which we probably will. Also, 136 speed. I'm sorry if I hit my table and you heard that. It's basically just like Sucker Punch coverage, and like, I think Rock Slide doesn't kill us, and some other random calculations. I think it's just Play Rough, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Beezus, Corvidance 216, 252, 40. Basic Breaker. Pretty easy set here. If Excadrill's low, then it doesn't want to be in when we're +1, obviously, but otherwise everything else doesn't really want to take hits from this. Drill is the real switch into this. Otherwise, we're assuming that the Quillfish is Pyapa Berry or something is Tanga Berry. Otherwise, this Mon fucks people up at +1. It does not kill Cinderace in one shot, but again, since we're not expecting Cinderace, I don't really care. I don't believe we kill Tyranitar in one shot, even max HP or no HP. But if we do, you'll find it during the game with the Expert Belt. Otherwise, we'll likely switch out. It's not a hard decision. We just have to decide whether or not Rabambi has to die or get the chip there. And getting the chip there could be well worth our time, because then we can bring in other Mons, which is the important part. We're not trying to save Rabambi all the time. We're trying to make sure we get damage first more than anything else. It's a likely chance it's our lead. Otherwise, we could lead off with King James, but we'll see what happens. Pretty easy Mon, though. It's definitely the first Mon I'm thinking on the Sack Race menu. Got Belliper, same set as last week, basically. Just speed for Cinderace, obviously, since we do have to respect it still. I was considering Weather Ball over Surf, but Surf is more consistent, and while yes, we could have Rock Weather Ball, I don't want to be scarfed into something like that if I don't need to be. And also, like, you know, we'll see Drill Mold Breaker for Eel, and we could still surf that, like, LOL. And we can do a lot of damage overall, but we'll see what happens. Pretty basic set. I don't really think there's much to explain with this mod, if I'm being honest. We changed up Walk and Wake a little bit from the first time I recorded this, and all we do is make it booster energy and give it Weather Ball over Flip Turn. This is the most basic attacker in the world. We outpace everything we need to that isn't named Latias and Cinderace. With the booster, we get booster special attack, not speed, unfortunately, and they have to run max speed in order to outpace us, because if they don't, they die. So I fully expect Latias to be kind of a bait and switch, but we'll see what happens, where it would probably come in and then hard pivot out, since I'd be afraid of it, but we'll see. Unless it's offensive. If it's offensive, we'll find out pretty much the hard way, and I suspect it could be, but I've seen stranger things. Otherwise, booster special attack into Weather Ball, Draco, Surf, and Hurricane. Pretty basic set, pretty easy one. We're only running Weather Ball for the Enamorus, because once Sand is up, if it is there, we OHKO that, and otherwise we do a lot of damage with Surf, and otherwise pretty basic set again. This is a really good breaker because of the defensive Mons that are here. They don't want to take booster energies Dracos or Surfs or Hurricanes generally. It's really just Rotomo and Serena that don't really mind, and even then, like, Hurricanes are going to kill Serena, and Rotomo doesn't really do too much back to us besides like pain splitting and like possible T-Wave. So we just have to play it by ear, get our chip, and win with the Mons that we know we can win with, rather than being so concerned about circumstantial things. Otherwise, last Mon is Barrascuda, which just is the same old set that you've been seeing. It's protective pads plus a bunch of things, and coverage is for assorted Mons. Speed is for Cinderace, of course, still have to respect it. If we're in rain, we outpace it, and generally, this Mon still hits like a freight train. I want to run Adamant one of these days, but everybody has some fast-ish mon, so I still have to be careful. The defense, again, is for like Sucker Punch and such, so we have to be careful. Obviously, if things are in range of this mon, we will use it. I fully expect Rocky Helmet Intimidate on Quillfish, and maybe we see a second Rocky Helmet on maybe Serena, but otherwise, pretty basic Barraskewda set. But that's going to do it for the team builder portion of the battle. Let's get right into it against Freedo and their Welshians. The Welshians? It's the Welshivians? I'm going to be honest. I definitely said it wrong here and in the intro that I prepared, so I will probably never get it right, and I apologize. But let's get right into it. All right, we're going to start up against Freedo and their Welshians. Yeah, I got it right, bitch. I think someone else joined our thing, so it was really funny. D-Roy joined our thing and was like, why is it 88? And I'm like, liquor. Anyways, let's get her done, boy. Well, that's different. We see Tyranitar, so we do see Sand. No Serena. No Latios. We see Quillfish. We see everything else, though. No Cinderace as we expected. Yeah. And then, what else, Avery? No, that's, yeah. Latios, Cinderace, and Serena aren't here. So this is 4 out of 6 for me. But we expected Rotom-Mow. And Tyranitar, not as much. I will say that. I was discounting the fuck out that mod. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't think it was good here at all. But, he wants to fight fire with fire. Let's fight fire with fire, man. I'm not super intoxicated yet, but I am at that point where it could go down. We could lead Pogfish, but we want offense first. So we're going to lead with Beezus and just start clicking buttons. Get her done. If he leads off Drill, it's going to be fucked, but it is what it is. GLHF Freedo. On Tyranitar, the 240 in Sand. I don't think he's going to be super Spadef, but he could be. Let's see. Gojira, that's Tyranitar. I love that nickname for that little guy. All right. Max HP, assuming not super bulky, is going to be a 50 to 59. Yeah, man. If I should not Quiver Dance. How much does Stone Edge do? If he has it. It kills, right? Yeah, it kills, yeah. He probably puts up the John. He probably puts up the Johnski. Yeah. Moonblast. Assuming max HP. That's max HP, or it's a lot of HP. Rock Blast 1. We dying 2. It's all good. We get the damage we wanted, which is the important part to this experience. You see how much that did? All right, that did about 60%. That means that it's not max HP. It's no Spadef, which means Wake and Bake comes in and kills this motherfucker right now. If Rotom-Mow comes in or Quillfish comes, it don't even matter. If I'm being for real, we could throw up the rain right now on God and put him out to pasture. Yeah, we could. What's the switch in? Well, okay, if rain's up, then we kind of have to surf. I have time. I'm pretty sure I have time. Is it going to come up? Maybe. We could go into Crown and pop him in the face. Because nothing wants to come in on Iron Crown besides Drill and Manaphy, technically. So we'll do that. We go Pogfish and get off the flip turn into what's his name, but I think King James. Yeah, we'll do it. Why not? Let's do it. I hope I unmuted in my chat. I don't fucking know, man. Let me get out of here. You're not gonna hear it. No one's here. No one's in my server. We could Volt Switch right now, but that doesn't make sense. So we're gonna attack Yon Cutter. Yep, he's gonna switch out. Please. Give me something here. In the cut, Rotom C. I love that nickname. That's Spadef, though, right? Spadef enough. But is it lefties? God, I'm not drunk, but I feel the liquor hitting me. Oh, it's not lefties, but it's taking sand damage. That's good. Focus Blast won't kill this. We can Volt Switch out. We could also Psychic Noise, honestly. I don't really expect this thing to be doing too much. Honestly, we can Tachyon Cutter again, because what's our switching? We should just do it. We should Psychic Noise. That's a more reasonable play. Volt Switch is out. Ooh, hold on. 357, 192. 357, 192. That's 165. Ooh, is that Specs? That might be Specs. That's a high roll for Choice Specs. Timid. Holy shit. Whoa. You freaked out. You freak deeked out. Hold on now, boy. He could be Modest, and that'd be like a middling roll. That's fine. Because now, like, Manaphy comes in. Drill comes in the sand. Fuck no, baby. Do we die? Let me check. $169 to $199. Damn, it's a roll for Jolly, but definitely Adamant kills, right? We didn't see a balloon. Focus Blast could kill. Do I just run it? Because he's gonna Rapid Spin, right? No? Yeah, he's gonna Rapid Spin. He wouldn't Earthquake here. I have 2 flying types. He wouldn't. Ah, got him. Caught your ass. Caught your ass. Because that's Rotom coming back in. I Focus Blast the fuck out of you, boy. Got him. Got the Rotom. He might not know this, but I'm fucking insane. He might not know, but I'm fucking insane over here. Got the Rotom, so if it was Scarf or Specs, it doesn't matter. I think I run it, right? I think I just run the risk. Because, like, if you kill, right, let me see, what is the calculation for that? It is a 25% chance to Oko. Do I run that? Because then, like, Pelipper comes in after. And with Rotom dead, that means Quillfish has to come in. Or Manaphy has to come in. What do I need King James for? This was what I need King James for besides Enamorus. And we don't outpace Enamorus. But this is a good Mon for Enamorus. But if it starts setting up, then it's not. So we need Salamence to do his thing. So we're going to Focus Blast. Please don't die. Ah, is that a crit? Nope. It just died. Okay, so we got the 25. That's fine. I kind of expected that. That looks to be Smooth Rock, and I don't really care. So Manaphy and Quillfish can come in here, which is not a bad idea for him at all. I need to put in parentheses what everything kills, by the way. So 1 second. Tyranitar killed Ribombee, and Excadrill killed Iron Crown. That's a big deal here, so I have to make sure I do it. U-turn, right? I'm a generic Draft League player. Why not? Because if I Surf and Quillfish comes in, it's going to eat and so will Manaphy, so I have to U-turn. I have to make the correct play. If it's Tyranitar, it might still eat the hit. I don't know. Mantis, that is the Manaphy. Let me see something. Draco doesn't kill. That's okay. Barraskewda, how much do you do? Oh, fuck. We don't have nothing for this anymore, huh? Hydration means statusing it is a bad idea, which means you have to Hurricane it. if it's max HP, it's not doing much. Is it lefties or not? Let's see. It is indeed lefties, so it could be the max HP set. Given the 5% that we did it get it all back? It did not. So, Draco in 2 hits will have a chance to kill. We're going to Hurricane and then Draco. We can't DD until we get Quillfish in here, and then we get back down to neutral, and then we can Earthquake it and it should die. Unless it's Shaka. So that's really the objective here, if we're being quite fair. Hurricane hits. Ooh, we did a lot. Alluring Voice pops. That's going to hurt. Draco should kill here, because that did about 40. 35-ish. This is Intimidate. And then once. So if we get off the +1 off, we get 64 to 75 on defensive. So we'd have to boost twice, basically. And then we get the assured kill on it, which would allow us to really get things going. Okay, cool. Got rid of the Manaphy, got rid of the threat. I feel like Enamorus could come in here, which is fine. I feel like it could be either one. Yeah, Enamorus. Okay. So we're -2, but with booster. Sorry, I was looking at my screen like a fucking dud. Hold on. -2. Enamorus. In the rain. Weather Ball's doing the most. Alright, let's do it. It is Scarf Enamorus. It is Scarf Enamorus. I didn't call it, but I felt like this would be here. What's the little nigga's name, Avery? Walking Wake. Good way to expose that idea, I'll tell you what. Oh, yeah, we kill this no matter what. We flip, obviously, because why wouldn't we? We don't kill this with jab, but we kill it with liquidation. That's the important part. We're down in the sack race, but we're up right now because we have one more turn of rain. I'm pretty sure, and I think they're a smooth rock, so we have to be careful. They might be expecting me to stay in, which is actually the worst thing that could happen for me, honestly. Because then Ment has to die, and I don't want to do that. Pelipper won't die, but then we have to re-switch out, and then we lose them on. But we're Scarf, too, so it really just depends. I think they should go Quillfish, though, because that makes the most sense. From my perspective, anyway, I think it makes sense. I don't know. They're in the driver's seat, technically. Okay, so they're going to pivot into Quillfish here. Yeah, a little prick. They get off the Intimidate. Hey, that's Swift Swim. That's illegal, you know. Hey, that is offensive Quillfish. Hey, the hell is wrong with you? What are you doing? Hey, stop that. You know what? Now you fucked up, AA Rambalake. Now you fucked up. You allowed me to think, and with thinking comes great responsibility. I am going to Dragon Dance once, or I can Iron Head here to scout. If they hard pivot, then we lose Salamence entirely. Salamence is dead. He's fucked. Okay? But they might be expecting me to set up so that they can get a revenge kill. Then I have to go into Pelipper and win the game with Bearskito, which won't work. So I have to think strategically here a little bit. I made a poor decision, but that's okay. We have to call. You know what? I'll take it. I will take it. Now we can Dragon Claw for free Earthquake. I'm sorry about the flinch. Dragon Claw will kill. We realize it is not indeed the set we were thinking it would be. We could have D-danced there, honestly. But they might be the mirror herb thing. So we do have to be careful there, too. Earthquake. Because I could click Iron Head again. You don't know what I could do. I could do a Wing Beat. Nope. We pick up a kill. Get rid of the Quillfish. No Intimidate, which is interesting. But, you know, it is what it is sometimes, man. Sometimes you got to make the decision that makes the most sense to you. And I get it. Quillfish is dead, though. This is going to be Choice Scarf Enamorus, which will kill us effectively, immediately. We are not the Berry of Legend. So, this is the Pelipper sack turn, which is bad. Or you can sack Mandy and then go into Pogfish, or not do that. Go into Pelipper. Pelipper eats 1 if it's Choice Scarf regular, right? Yeah, it does. So, in reaction to that, we could surf in the rain and do a chunk, and then it becomes up to Pogfish, which is not ideal. But let me check the Exegro calc real quick, because that'll determine what we really do. Sand, Barraskewda, Sand. 6.3 chance after Sandstorm damage. Ooh, I don't like that. But Liquidation kills Excadrill. And Tyranitar's low. Don't worry, this will make sense soon. It'll make a lot of sense soon. Don't worry. It'll make a lot of sense soon. I love how I said in my team builders that Salamence was a game winner. I just throw it away casually. They should just go for Moonblast, or they should calc here. Because regardless, Tyranitar will die to Surf. Excadrill will come back in. It can't kill us, really, so this will have to kill us. But in Sand, it might be better for this thing. So I don't know personally, but I know what I know to be true. And Ember should just go for the kill here. I go into Barraskewda after, and then we just start playing who wants to be a millionaire type shit. So let's see what they opt to do. Yep, they're going to Moonblast. They are indeed timid. Scarf. The Surf does not kill. Of course it does not, because it's not supposed to. We could have U-turned and made this a little bit easier on ourselves, but it is what it is. They're going to withdraw. I'm probably going to Tyranitar here. And I think we lose, actually, which is just upsetting. But it is what it is sometimes, man, you know? Sometimes you make a decision that doesn't make sense to you at first. But I guess we should have U-turned and then gone into that. But I'm going to keep it honest. The liquor hit. I'm sorry, fans. We are not going to pick up a dub today. No Dub City today, man. I'm sorry. I failed. But that's okay. This Earthquake, if it's Jolly, has a top end of 247, exactly our HP stat. If we had Aqua Jet, this wouldn't be such a big deal. But we don't. So it's a big deal. But they don't know if we're Choice Scarf or not. So you got to remember, I'm insane. But yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I played this a little too passively. But it is what it is at the end of the day, man. You know, I tried to do what I could. I wish I had Aqua Jet. There's a high chance they're going to Enamorus here to see if I have Aqua Jet or not. I didn't bring Aqua Jet. I brought P-Jab and Psychic Fang. So just a sad, sad day for you boys here at the Backs to the Future. We were 0-2. Unfortunate, just unfortunate. You know, I should have played that a lot better, but I did not, unfortunately. But it is what it is sometimes, man. You get the dub, and sometimes you don't. I don't know we play week 3, but that was a good game by Freedo. I definitely should have played that a little bit better. The Iron Crown dying definitely felt like a roll unless they were adamant. So it'd be like that sometimes. But GG's all around. I don't know what we play next week, like I said, but we'll get her done. We'll try to get back on our winning ways, try and do what we can. But thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this, like, comment, subscribe. Check out all the other coaches in the ICP down below. And until next time, good night and good luck.